Cooker intervention in the eating pattern. The first cooker intervention happened millions ago. This revolution is mostly connected with mastering a fire. When cooked food became a regular part of the Asian diet, it significantly interrupted natural digestion in good and in bad ways. Thermal processing in the raw food has two consequences. Hardly digestive nutrients became more digestible and palatable, and infections and parasites were mostly restricted from entering the stomach. That was good. At the same time, cooked food lost its potential for self-digestion, which could be bad, but during the generations, humans adapted to this novelty. High-temperature cooking dispensed polymeric food ingredients and rich dishes with tasty and nice-smelling ingredients, and mostly deactivates inhibitors of digestion enzymes. But at the same time, it deactivates enzymes inside food objects too. I'm curious to find if the smell of grilled meat would be more attractive than the odor of raw meat for unprepared Asian humans as for nowadays people. We can guess that most positive effect of cooking of raw food first consisted with its sterilization abilities. Not only high temperatures serve that purpose, but in addition to bitter, spicy, salty, and acid ingredients, while mixing products in the process of cookery work in this direction too. The next big achievement in food processing by humanity happened in finding ways to store food for its consumption later. Most likely this achievement had principal meaning for human survival. Concentration of food ingredients by long boiling, dyeing, and adding an extra amount of salt saved many tribes during starvation seasons. At the same time, this method led to a diversification of suitability of many food products. Thus, the same meat treated by boiled, saltification, drying, and smoke and pepper, overloading, and process in other ways to concentrate and proceed it, lead to a number of products in our menu. Many lovely dishes like jerky, jam, and smoked sausages in contemporary cuisines initially appeared because of the effort to store the food. Explosive rates of this any species population, as it happened with humans, result in the complete eating out of previous ability food resources. Lucky we, the humans, had three potential properties for this case. We are omnivorous. We are able to explore different ecological niche, and we are able to artificially multiply production of food. When harvesting seeds in the wilderness became insufficient to support the tribe, our predecessors started to grow wheat and rice, and corn, etc. When hunting became not enough and luck to kill white prey became random, they were turned to keep sheep, cows, goats, and hens in farms. Due to omnivousness, Asian people were able to include in their menu many new food sources, sometimes very exotic in place of human origin. And due to adaptation to new places, our ancestors widened their harvesting field. In parallel, the ecological expansion of and integration of new food sources, Asian peoples started technological innovation to solve nutrition need problem. Thus, group of limited number of species with high productivity oster other species, which under different circumstances might be the source of food for humans as well. Domestication of few farm animals replaced hunting on high diversity of potential prey, and these few species became the main source of meat for humanity. It should be noted that recently, few centuries, is a blink of history, and species life, globalization, and new technological artificial possibilities are also into our food bag previously unused sources of food. Thus, a common source of hydrated potato, corn, and tomato appearing in European diet just a couple of centuries ago, after the discovery of the New World. Many kinds of seafood became a part of normal diet just a few decades ago, after the development of water farms technology. This process is irreversible. Slowly but permanently, vegetation and meat products evolved to supply humanity and its companions. With more food to make this food taste and storage able, industrial era brought its own novelties in food production. A demand for long-term shelf life of product, its active look, lower cost stability during transportation, tendency to reduce kitchen time preparation, etc., have dramatically changed the understanding of what is naturally healthy food. Feature or the more as we see the process of food modification is irresistible. It will go ahead even deeper. Some ethics and moral considerations also begin to influence our choice of food. Thus, rather many people refuse to eat meat because of moral reasons. They feel uncomfortable with killing practice of farm animal or chicken. If this tendency will go as a result of such a motivation, meat might be replaced by artificial results made from soya or even artificially created substances. Daily might be modified up to fulfill full absence of milk, while seafood might be replaced by some chemically synthesized products. Cooking and health are two-way road. Cooking evolved to be a better suitable for health, and health change in their turn dictate demands to cook or technology. Thus, last century and probably in the predictable future due to a progress in medicine, human population is enriching with a proportion of people which need special food to survive. Diabetes, gluten intolerance, lactate intolerance, phenolazine intolerance, and so on. Intolerable people with allergies of different kind, etc. Accordingly, food industry proposed them more or less replaceable product in the way they transform natural food. Involvement of artificial technologies into food production and multiplication of results in food assortment will certainly have its price. Such replacement might never be absolutely perfect and equal to original natural food in our species. We see the only way to compensate the disadvantages of such cookery modification and industrial replacement of traditional food source by incorporation of supplements into everyday food. Of course, these supplements have to be chosen right and reasonably.